Hello stock stalkers, welcome back to the channel. Last week was very interesting. Market made a move of more than 200 points without any retracements. Let's analyze market index in detail. Also, I will share my technical analysis on some stocks that are looking good. With that, let's start the video. This is the weekly chart of Dubai Financial Market Index. If you are someone new to the channel, consider subscribing as I keep sharing my views on DFM and ADX as well. Now, let's analyze the chart pattern. Previously, we saw market was within this chart pattern. This is a bullish chart pattern. After the breakout, market broke an important resistance of 3,300 level right here. And then when it came back for a retest, after a successful retest, market made a huge move to the upside, crossing another major resistance of 3,400. And from here, it started its journey for 3,500. That is a strong psychological and technical resistance zone. We can see VIX at the top indicating market just touched 3,500 and it have retraced. Now, let me move down to daily chart so that we can have a microscopic view and analyze further in detail. This is the daily chart, and what we are seeing, market touched the resistance of 3,500. We also got a signal that is inverted hammer candle, which tells us that now market is at resistance and sellers are active right into this zone. Also at the same time, we can see RSI is in overbought condition. It means market is due for a correction. Very next day, we saw a follow through of selling pressure with this huge red candle. So from here, where do we go? We are right at 3,449. There are two scenarios here. Number one, that market may come back for a retest of 3,400 and then resume its uptrend, or market can even come down for a deeper correction and then resume its uptrend. Yes, to clarify again, market is in a strong uptrend. Nobody can deny that. If I use my Fibonacci retracement tool, I can see that market can come up to some levels. Let us highlight the levels first. This is the Fibonacci tool. It shows us retracement levels. Important and golden ratios are 0.382%, 0.5% and then 0.618%. We can expect market to correct at some of these levels potentially and then resume its uptrend. As of now, I'm not looking at a new high due to Russia and Ukraine issues, so I'm expecting a correction. At the same time, let me highlight, correction means buying opportunity in an uptrend. So this was the index. I hope you have understood how the index might work. So plan your trades accordingly. Let's analyze some stocks that are also retracing. And as I just mentioned, when a market retraces, it can be a good opportunity to enter long trades. Emaar Properties, still looking bullish to me. If you have seen my previous analysis, I had mentioned this can be potentially a first leg up of Emaar. If you have entered at the lower levels, after looking at this setup, it's good time to book your profits. I had mentioned first target should be 5.00, second target should be 5.10, final target should be around 5.25. Market have closed at 5.27. It spent 2 days right before hitting the resistance zone. Now you may say here you can see an inverted hammer candle that is bearish. I agree on that part, but see here. Buyers did not allow sellers to close below the previous candle, that is inverted hammer candle, to show any signs of weakness. We are seeing the buyers are clearly protecting these levels and they push the prices to the upside. Now from here there can be two scenarios. 5.50 is a very strong resistance zone. Please mark it on your charts. If tomorrow market breaks to the upside, most likely this move will be a fake breakout. An ideal scenario would be if market can spend at least 2 to 3 days and then make a breakout. This would be sustainable and we can enter right at the time of breakout. Scenario number 2, due to global conditions, market can even come down to retest the previous resistance, which should potentially now act as a support, that is around 5.10. So we should be prepared with both our trading plans. If it breaks out to the upside, immediately buy and target 5.50. If it is coming back at around 5.10, look for a bullish price action and then enter the trade. Next is DFM. We saw some good price action. Let's have a quick recap. Previously, we saw a nice morning star kind of a pattern that is bullish. And from here, we are seeing a good upside momentum. Where is the resistance? We know that market took a retracement right from this level, that is around 2.46. So if you have entered somewhere around here, this should be your first target, that is 2.46. We saw an inverted hammer candle again, that is also called a rejection candle. It means buyers took the price to the upside, but seller came down, they were aggressive and they closed at 2.40. But very next day we did not get a follow through of this selling pressure. We are seeing a nice bullish candle here. This candle is hammer candle. To confirm this, we want to see a closing above 2.42, and if you are entering right here, that is somewhere in this zone, your next target should be 2.60. This is a short-term goal. Then you have 2.70, and then your final target should be the high or the closing of this candle, that is 2.83. Looking at the current global scenarios, I think market will move slow and steadily. We are not expecting any big moves. Yes, oil prices are on the rise, but at the same time, this is purely speculation. There is not much of a demand. Let's be prepared with another scenario as well. In case if this bullish candlestick is not helping, market may come back to retest 2.30. That looks a good support. Then we again look for a bullish price action and then we enter the trade. Overall, this is looking bullish. We can see it have already started to make higher highs and higher lows. Once it crosses this resistance, it will be very bullish. Emirates NBD Bank. This is exactly what I'm trying to explain. When market wants to break an important resistance, it have to spend some days, it have to spend some time before it makes a valid move to the upside. Previously, we saw that Emirates NBD Bank was within this range. This is the resistance, this is the support. Again, when it hits the resistance, it comes down to retest the support level. So basically, this was the range for Emirates NBD Bank. Whenever it tried to cross, it got rejected. Sellers were very aggressive. But check this out. Here, market spent few days before it made a big move to the upside, crossing a strong resistance zone. In Thursday's closing, we saw market closed at 15.50, but in Friday's session, it opened with a huge gap down. That is 14.90 was opening. Closing is at 15.05. It means something is wrong. Market is not ready to buy at the higher levels. Yes, this is purely because of global scenarios. The reason I selected this stock is to show you the bullish price action, how support and resistance work, how market breaks the resistance. I think Emirates NBD Bank will come down to retest again the previous resistance, which potentially now should act as support. Also at the same time, we are seeing RSI indicator, that is a momentum indicator. It's showing stock is in an overbought condition. It means it has to cool down before it makes another big move to the upside. Dubai Investment Company. Again, a same example. We saw an inverted hammer candle right into the resistance, that is 2.40, and then we saw a follow through confirming this is seller's zone. Sellers are now offloading their stocks. I can see a good buying opportunity very soon. This was the important resistance for market. Market tried to break so many times, but it was getting rejected again and again. Again, the same scenario. Market have definitely spent some good time here, and then it made a huge breakout to the upside. This was in a chart pattern. This is called ascending triangle pattern. The target of this triangle pattern is the depth of this triangle pattern right here to the downside. You plot it like this, and then once you see a breakout, you can immediately put it to the upside. We can see market have already achieved its target, and now it's coming back to retest the previous resistance. Potentially now it should act as a support. All you have to do is wait for a bullish price action right into the previous resistance, which will now potentially act as a support, and then again enter the trade. Then you will be able to see a good price action. We saw a high, we are seeing a new higher low, and now market is ready to make a new high to the upside. You can obviously target somewhere around 2.50. This should be a new target. Dubai Islamic Bank. I see some good buying opportunity, not as of now, but very soon in the future, so we can put this stock in our stocking list. Also, I would like to highlight a bearish divergence. Now let me explain you what a bearish divergence is. When we see price is making a momentum to the upside, but RSI indicator is just flat. Let me just highlight. We are seeing market is making a move to the upside. This was the level, so we highlight the same level right here. When the market made a new high, RSI is not making a new high, it's flat. So this is considered to be a bearish divergence. It means it's time for correction. Market may come down to retest the support zones. I can see immediate support around 6.17 to 6.20. If we can see some bullish price action right into the support zone, this can be a very good buy. An important and a strong support zone is at 6.00. If this level does not hold, we should stop it till 6.00 and then activate our trades. That's it guys. I hope this video was helpful, and if you would like to learn technical analysis, stock trading in advance with me, do comment below or send me a direct message. I will respond to you. Thanks for watching. Keep stocking.